So this video is about insomnia because it's gotta be. It's on my mind because it's the present thing that I've been dealing with for like the last year, which really driving me nuts. I'm back at my middle school making this video, which is interesting to be walking around the high school, middle school complex. I love walking. Nietzsche had something great to say about that. He says, spend as little time seated as possible. Distrust thoughts had in small confined spaces. Very good advice. So, but here, back where I started to experience all of it and just like wanting to put it behind me. It's such a thing. It's such a thing for me. And I'm going to just talk about insomnia, my experience with it and everything related to it and everything more I have to say on the subject, because it is simply something on my mind. It is something that, it's something I'm experiencing, like not right now, but this past year came on again, and I'm just not sleeping like week at a time. I get like a little bit of sleep and then like a few days go by, no sleep, and then I get like another hour or something, 2 hours, and like I was just drinking kombucha, I was protein fasting, I was normal fasting, I was doing everything to try to like sleep, just to get this thing to like actually go. And it's so irritating because I know from experience coaching clients, I can tell someone exactly what to do to get them to sleep in a day. But I can only do that when my brain works because I've been sleeping. When I'm not sleeping, I can't do that. So then I'm just, there's some guy walking his dog over there. I'm just gonna kind of avoid him slightly, give him a berth so I'm not ranting around him at his nightly walk. But I can't do that when I'm not sleeping. So it just F's the whole thing to pieces. And it really like, I can't even describe exactly what I would have done differently. I mean, it is just a legitimately hard problem to solve when you're not sleeping. I couldn't digest food either. I was just like, like kombucha I could digest because kombucha is pre-digested. So, and then I would have like a Haagen-Dazs. I was trying like anything I could to just have food that would digest, but it wasn't really working. So I ultimately just went to like kombucha and lemon juice and just pure fasting. I wasn't sleeping, eating any food. So I just would eat. I wouldn't eat for like days, like 2 days. Then I'd eat a bunch and then I'd pass out. And then I wouldn't eat again. And I'd eat a bunch. And then sometimes I'd take caffeine too, and that would help knock me out. Or I'd go for a walk. I'd like make myself walk just to kind of like force my blood to move. And then I'd eat. And if I'd fasted long enough, then I would be able to digest it. And there's this gut thing going on as well, because I've been drinking the last year, which like, I was drinking because I wasn't drinking that much, but I was drinking like, just like occasionally. But even that just dysregulates me. So, but like, I was just drinking because I'm like, I just want to like feel something, like feel good. But it's ultimately, if I later find out that alcohol has the same effect on the mitochondria of the cell as ketones. So a lot of people who are into alcohol are just craving that ketone cell energy fix. This is a mitochondrial problem at the end of the day. So for some people, again, I've worked with enough people that I'm not inclined to, like Jesus says, the poor will always be with us. And I really just I'll just tell anyone who's just so bleeding heart, like I'm really bleeding heart. Like I couldn't sleep. So I'm like, I'm going to go rid the world of insomnia one person at a time. And I worked my face off for a year. I'm not saying that I deserve to like make money doing that or something, that I should have worked for some reason, but like I worked my face off to just like help people for free and like try to make a living out of it. I was trying to basically help the most people I could while running the business, while figuring out how to I kind of realized like helping people isn't a business. And that's where I started doing the YouTube. And that's why I just started trying to put the information out there and like actually like change up the business model. But God, I'm such a fucking bleeding heart. Like, I'm not a liberal. I'm not a liberal at all. I'm so conservative. I believe in the death penalty, like hardcore, like for pedophiles and stuff. Like, again, though, there is like, you got to be real certain. So I like the fact that there's, I don't know, man. Like, the prison system's also messed up. So I'm not saying like, yay, prison system. I'm just like, I like goodness. And I think that like the founding fathers had a really good idea of how to run a country. And I like minimal laws, and I like very, very, very just sentencing, like final sentencing for, I don't know, like locking someone up, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. Like, I believe in guns. I believe if someone's attacking you, you should just kill them. Because, like, fuck them. Like, they're attacking you. Why are they doing that? It's a really mean, spiteful, stupid thing to do. But in other senses, I'm very bleeding heart. Like, I feel for, like, the poor. And it's like, probably because, like, my dad was poor. Because my dad was, like, literally, like, an orphan. And, like, but his family, like, helped look after him and stuff. And it's like, I think that they're, like, family has to look after family. Because ultimately, like, poverty, real poverty, from, like, getting into people's lives, it comes from, like, the breakdown of family and meaning within their life over a long enough timeline. Like, they just lose the plot of whatever was going on, and now there's nothing going on. So now they just drift, and they're in the ghetto, and they do drugs, and they drink with a guy named Steven, or was it Samuel? You don't really, oh, now there's a crackhead. Oh, I'm getting stabbed. Like, it's sort of, it really is its own problem. Like, you cannot help, I don't know, like, you have to start, like, I don't know, set your own house in perfect order before you criticize the world. And I realized that in some sense I was kind of criticizing the world. This is good. This is interesting stuff coming out. So I was sort of criticizing the world in some meta-psychological way by doing my health coaching thing with the insomnia, because I was like, I need to, like, fix the world of insomnia because I have, like, the answers. And what I did have was the answer to a very particular type of insomnia that I happen to have, that a very, 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 very small number of other people also have, though other people do have growing amounts of related sleep disturbances that are related to the principles underlying the type of insomnia that I had. And there are also lots of other health problems that are related to these principles. And I also have experience coaching people to help get their testosterone up naturally, etc. So, but again, though, like, there was something cocky and arrogant in it. Like, I was going out there to create this new industry. And I really, like, I read Henry Ford's book, and I thought about how I was approaching solving problems before, earlier years ago, like 4 or 5 years ago, and how I'm approaching solving problems now on a business level. So before, I was trying to, like, it's sort of like this idea of, like, if I can just tell everyone, like, okay, I'll get really into it. I'll just get real into it. So this is what I was doing. So I was, like, messaging people on Reddit who had sleep issues, who were posting, asking for help with their sleep issues that seemed to have a type that's similar to mine. I mean, that's fairly normal. And then I was also just active in groups and, like, talking to business owners, people. I had my YouTube channel going. I'd make videos and people would contact me for consultations and stuff. But I was messaging lots of people, basically having conversations with them, getting to know them, getting to understand, like, creating mechanisms for filtering people, like surveys, questionnaires, videos, like, oh, people who are interested will watch this video and then blah, 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 blah. Or then, like, they'll, like, message me for the survey. So, like, I would send people a video via Reddit. Like, I was getting very involved into getting people's attention in, like, sales. It was, like, it's really hard work. Like, because you have to get people's attention. I'll get into it a bit, because if you're watching now, you're like 9 minutes, 30 seconds in. I'll give you the rundown of, like, like, what sales is like. I don't necessarily want this. I don't know. I don't really know. It's just kind of weird being this open on the internet in a searchable fashion. It just is. It's a different thing. I am still getting accustomed to it, but I'm, like, very accustomed to it at this point, obviously. You can tell. But basically, like, sales is hard. Like, I was like, because you have to, like, understand how people are viewing their problem, and then you have to like think about how their problem is actually not, like, they're not thinking about their problem the right way, which is why they keep having the problem. And then you have to, without contradicting them, show them through this process while doing this with thousands of people simultaneously via the internet and other mediums. Like, it was just really, it was a lot of work I was doing. And then I would get people as clients, and, or like, really, I mean, they would get me, but like, I would get the right clients. Cause I was very selective too. I wouldn't just like sell anyone, because they didn't want crazy people like hunting me down or something. Like just some nut job. Like, he's like, you're my health coach, I'm gonna move in with you. Like, I don't want that at all. That's not what we're doing. So I was very selective though. But anyway though, like still though, I was putting in all this effort to get people, because I'm like, if I can get enough people, they can get them the results, then they'll see, like the world will see, and then the world will like adopt my ideas. And it's like, I still think the world should adopt my ideas because they're awesome, but I was trying to do it in a way that was not in harmony with the Tao. Like, I'm trying to sell people health coaching. Like, they're not buying health coaching anyway. Like, why am I selling people health coaching who aren't already buying health coaching? Like, you know, people's health coaching budget is fucking zero. They have fucking $0 for health coaching. They'd be like, could I get insurance to pay for that? Like, I get it. Like, I'm an adult. I have like a wife and children and stuff. And it's like, I get it. Things are expensive. Like, I understand this now. And I'm like, okay, like, I need to sell people something that's going to help them where they're at. So now, like, but it's really just my own thing. Like, I've been making my own supplements for ages. So now all I'm doing is I'm just selling the thing that I know I believe in. Like, I didn't even really buy health coaching because, like, I already knew all the stuff. So why would I get a health coach? But now, like, I consume supplements. So I'm going to sell supplements because supplements work all the way. Like, even if you know all of my stuff, you watch all my videos, you already know all the information, you could still buy my supplements because they're still just awesome, and you still need them anyway. You don't have to like make them yourself because it's a pain in the butt. So again, and that's where I was like, okay, this is like really what I was trying to do is I was trying to make my experience a business model as a way of understanding my experience, because it was just so weird. Like, I was like, it's just so weird. And this is why I'm making this video, just to kind of like throw all these, not throw them, but like, as I'm wrapping up having insomnia this last time, fucking hopefully, I don't know, I thought I'll name this video Monsters as well. There's just this like monster lurking in the back. But like, I don't know, you slay monsters though. Like, at some point, and I thought about this, like, at some point you do just slay the monster. Like, you do just know how to kill the monster. And I'm like, I'm not really afraid of the monster anymore, because now I know how to kill the monster. I have all the systems for killing the monster. And it's just like, I don't know, like, it's weird. Like, I really, like, I feel alone. Like, I feel like alone, I guess, is why I'm just making this video. I just want to like kind of riff about feeling alone. Like, I mean, I'm not alone. Like, I have like my family loves me, and like that's so wonderful. That's like not nothing at all. It's everything. It's absolutely everything. And that's like how I've been able to be alive, by having a family support me through this. But it's, at least in the insomnia realm, I mean, it's not like I can't differentiate who I am from insomnia, but it was just this like thing that's like lurking over my mind for so many years. And I'm like, now at 25, I'm like looking back on my life, and like I've just been, I wouldn't say running from it for 13 years. I would say I've been fighting it for like 13 years, but like, again, it's been like a largely silent battle, because I mean, with like the exception of like my mom or something being like, how you doing? Be like, haven't slept in a week. What are you doing about it? More research. Think it'll work? Yeah, probably. Okay. That was high school. Like, it was just, because like, what are you gonna do? And then like, also like, the the worst part of insomnia is not feeling like you can trust your own mind. That's the worst part. And like in the worst parts of it, like I would just not want to like tell anyone what I was going through at all, because I was literally worried that people would think I was crazy and that they would say that like I was hallucinating something or other, and they would like lock me up in a mental asylum, and then I'd be forced to eat the food at the mental asylum, and the food at the mental asylum would like definitely make the insomnia worse, because I knew that there was a food connection and stuff. So I had like these ideas sort of, but that was only like really like when it was at the worst of it. But then, because then when it wasn't bad, when I was sleeping, I'm just like, what the hell was that? Like, what the hell was that I was experiencing? I could just sleep now, and I couldn't. And like when I couldn't sleep, it's just like, it's hell. It's hell like you would not believe. It is like, oh God. It's, okay, so this is like, the only reason I'm saying this on camera is because I wouldn't actually do this, but like, I'm so glad that like carnivore fixes this, because like, and this is one real reason we need to take health problems seriously as a society, because if we don't, we're going to create some serious monsters. Like, if I were the sort of person that thought that I could fix insomnia, like the insomnia I was experiencing, by like drinking the blood of another human being, like a vampire. I'm just going to throw that out there. Like, the places that my mind would take me to, and like it would torture me, because I don't want to be a monster. I don't want to be a monster, but having my mind tormented like that makes it, like, it makes me feel monstrous. And it's, I don't know. I mean, like it's really, again, I don't know. This sort of motivated me to try to understand darkness, I guess. I was like, okay, I'm going to go health coach. I'm going to go look into the abyss. I'm going to go look into like deep into people's personal lives and personal problems and everything. And like, I would go back to the thing about health coaching. Like, I would, like, after doing all this though, I would call people at weird hours, and I'd be like, are you doing the diet? And they'd be like, I'm not doing the, and I'd be like, you have to watch this video right now, or I'm dropping you immediately. Watch the video and then tell me a summary of the video. They'd watch the video and they'd be like, it's a really good video about how autoimmunity is fixed by this elimination. I'm like, yeah, it is. So what are you going to do about it? They're like, I'm going to stick with the elimination. I'm like, yeah, you are. I would get nuts about this, to get people to actually do this stuff so I could see that it worked. I'm glad I did. It was really it was really interesting. It was really very difficult and challenging to do that. But I'm like, what I realized in doing that though, is that like people's problems are more complex. Like, I can't just jump into people's lives. 'Cause at the same time, my own family, because I moved to Rhode Island, like my own family, like, had up in like Massachusetts, was like, oh, Devin's abandoned us. It's like, which I don't know. I mean, like, I hadn't abandoned them, but I get why they feel that way, because like things, like people just, I don't know. I bring light. Like, that is ultimately, like, I bring light and reason and vision and all these good things. And if I'm not doing that for people, then they kind of know, like, they feel the absence, because I normally am. I'm normally just kind of there cheering people up and stuff. And when I'm not there, they feel that. So what I realized, like, ultimately I have to start this process at the level of my own family. I have to, like, be there, like, primarily for my family, and then I have to, like, have my business and my message and stuff, and, like, put the information out there. And I mean, ultimately, ultimately though, I do feel as though I have to be there for, like, there's part of me that's like, you didn't experience that for no reason. And that's just this, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just like why the fucked up things happen? Like, why was my dad orphaned as a child? Like, just these sort of energies of just, like, I don't know, like, you're just, Like, it's just like, it kind of feels like getting your leg removed, honestly. Like, I mean, my leg's grown back, and it's like, by the fucking grace of God, I've built a company and a life and a livelihood for myself that is not crippled and drug addicted and horrible. And it's actually wonderful and beautiful and healthy and productive and everything I could hope for. With the fucked up experience, I turned it into a business. Kind of like dawning on me for the first, like a little bit. Like, I turned it into a business. But I'm like, I don't know. Like, I'm like, I didn't have to. It was, but like, I kind of did, because otherwise I would forfeit my own coherence. I feel like it's like, this is why I was thinking about telling you in the video Monsters. I'm like, what do you do? What do you do about the existence of monsters? Become a warrior. But it's also like, I don't know, like I feel like I'm a warrior. Like, it's weird. I'm like, where's the war? And like, the war is a spiritual war, and it's also an economic war. It's also an informational war. It's also chemical warfare. But I need the war because, like, I don't know, or like, it's not even because of insomnia, though. Like, it's really not because of insomnia. It's like, there's just, I feel like it's necessary simply to not be a domesticated human being. Like, if you're not of the warrior mindset, then you're just depending on someone else who is, and what's to say you're not domesticated? What's to say you're not domesticated livestock? I mean, and this is just sort of like the way my dad thinks, and like my brother thinks, but, and like the way my uncle thinks and stuff. But I mean, again, like, well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's just kind of like weird. Like, I'm just like this 25-year-old dude who likes jujitsu, and I had the worst insomnia of any human being who's ever lived. And it nearly killed me, and it broke me so many times, and then I started a company because of it. But I also, like, I don't know. Like, it's just, I don't know. But it's like the worst insomnia, I think, of any human being that's ever lived. And I think I know more about certain areas of health that may be the most important areas of health on the planet in the coming 100 years than anyone else alive either, because of that. 20,000 hours of study. It's like a low ball. 15,000 hours is the low ball. 20,000 is a good estimate. It's an average. It's an honest estimate of how much time I've spent. Just on the research, not even on the business and the application side of this idea. I just took this problem as a gift, because I was like, if it's not a gift, it's gonna break me. So I have to use this to guide the development of my skills, so that on the other end of it, and I have to believe there is another end of it, I'm not a broken human being who's addicted to drugs and has no idea what's going on with his life. I'm who I am now, and it worked. And it's working. I don't know what to make of that either. Because I always believed I was going to succeed, like, but it's like, who relates? Who can relate? I'm just, maybe, I don't know. I mean, there's other people with chronic health issues, though, but they don't, like, it wasn't me I found having those issues when I was coaching the other people. Like, they weren't me. They were other people, and I related to them, and I understood them, and I felt for them, and I wanted to help them. I did help them, but they weren't me. I didn't get that feeling of helping me. I do get that when I'm helping my daughter, and I'm helping my brother, and my father, and my family. Like, I'm like my family, because, like, they're the ones closest, like, in some real sense, like, because, like, it's, like, interesting. So, like, my grandma, like, had a head injury, and she's fine, she's recovering, but she made a joke today about, like, not, like, she just kind of was like, who are you again? Like, I tested her later, she knows who I am, she's fine. But again, like, I think it was a joke, but I mean, again, though, like, it was a joke, but I mean, again, though, like, there's an element of truth in every joke, so. But again, though, it's sort of like, it's good to have family because you don't need to fully know your story. Like, they know parts of it for you, and they kind of, like, remember you for you. I mean, like, real family does. You don't, that's not to say that, like, you don't have yourself and you're not, like, responsible for your own life, because you 100% are, but, like, I just, like, it feels good to be home. It feels good to be in my hometown. It feels good to be with my family. Like, it feels good to build something with my family and have my new family with my old family, and have, like, the past and the future come together in this way. It's nice, because I think, like, if I'd, like, left to just go off west to go make my fortune as the traveling insomniac wonder doctor, I would have missed something, because it's, I mean, I would have gained other things too, but at least me personally, it's really, what really, like, keeps me, like, what keeps me grounded is my family. Like, that's really what keeps me grounded, because otherwise I'm just, like, not, like, ungrounded per se, but I feel detached from the rest of humanity. I just do. Like, still watching, like, I think other people have other reasons to feel detached, but I just, like, I feel most kinship with, like, fighters, like, people who like to fight, but even then, like, I just feel kinship with them over fighting. Like, a lot, like, I don't, like, they're not, like, my family, though. It's not like that. The familial feeling is a feeling of family, and without that, I would seek it in other areas, but I wouldn't find it. And, like, as far as insomnia goes, like, insomnia, the personal demon that I was struggling with, I think that force is still out there. I think that's the poisoned food and the lack of understanding and the, like, just the ridicule. Like, people would just be like, nah, it's all in your head. Like, it's just the normalcy bias. Like, while you're dying, other people are just having a normal life, and they would really love it if you could calm down with whatever the fuck you have going on, because the fact that you're suggesting that things aren't a-okay is really, it's rude. It's rude. I'm not even gonna say I'm mad at you for it. I'm just gonna have you removed and say it's rude. I'm gonna remove it from my, like, it's kind of offensive to people when you have a disease that can't be cured. Not my family, but, like, it can be. And then, like, I mean, like, unless they're just like, okay, whatever, man, sorry. Then you just go on and you feel like an alien. And I don't know, everyone has a fucking million reasons for feeling like an alien. It's just like, but do they though? I mean, do they? Like, I'm just minimizing. I don't know what to make of him. That's why I'm making the video. I don't know what to make of it. Like, I don't know what to make of it. I just make supplements. I don't know what to make of it. I make supplements, you know? Week to Warrior. Come get our supplements, are the best.